Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of my Zombies Perk Comparison video series. It's been a little while since I've done one of these, but since a new perk was just recently added along with Tag der Toten, I figured it would be a good opportunity to make one of these videos. So, with that said, in this perk comparison video, we are going to be comparing PhD Slider and Blaze Phase, two offensive perks with specialized abilities. So, with that said, let's jump into it. First, let's preview PhD Slider. PhD Slider costs 4,000 points off the modifier and 4,500 on the modifier. This perk is best described by the in-game description. Slide to build charge. Once fully charged, slide into an enemy to trigger an explosion. Gain full resistance to self-inflicted explosive damage and partial resistance to enemy explosive damage. The modifier's description says, improved slide distance, trap immunity while sliding, increased explosion damage when entering a slide from greater heights. Now let's take a look at Blaze Phase. Blaze Phase costs 2,000 points normally and 3,000 points on the modifier. The description of Blaze Phase reads, crouch then uncrouch to dash through enemies in a blaze of fire, killing and knocking them back. Stay crouched to charge for more distance, jump to cancel charge. While the modifier's description says, dash distance is infinite at max damage. Upon ending a dash, release final damage pulse that knocks down enemies. Alright, now that we've previewed both perks, it's time to get down to the comparison. The first thing that comes to mind when comparing these two perks is damage. Which of these two perks has the stronger attack? Blaze Phase is the clear winner of this category. With Blaze Phase, the damage on your fire dash is infinite, while the sliding explosion on PhD is only a one-hit kill until round 12. After that, the zombies just get knocked down with little to no damage inflicted. Blaze Phase allows you to kill more zombies easier because of the infinite damage. And you'll have a chance to kill more zombies since, while on the modifier, the range of Blaze Phase is infinite. Next category, although not as important, does play an integral role in these two perks. It's movement. Which of these perks has a better movement pattern and physical prowess? Once again, I think Blaze Phase wins the category. You see, with Blaze Phase, crouching isn't too difficult to do while having a crowd of zombies chase you. Sure, it might be slightly inconvenient, but I'm sure the seasoned zombies player can handle it. Whereas with PhD Slider, you physically have to slide into a zombie in order to attack, potentially throwing yourself headfirst into a horde. The improved slide distance on PhD Slider can be nice to use, but let's face it, with the noticeable slower movement in Black Ops 4 zombies, you won't be doing any slide jumps with PhD Slider while hoarding. The last category of this comparison is going to be special abilities. Which of these two perks have the better specialized abilities to help you survive? If I'm being honest, this is a tie. Let me explain. You see, with PhD Slider, you get explosive immunity, meaning if you're using the Helion Salvo, one of the best weapons in the game, or even the Trebuchet, you don't have to risk downing yourself because of a close proximity explosion. This is very useful on maps such as 9 and Void of Despair, where there are many boss zombies coming to kill you, and you need to output some serious damage. But with Blaze Phase, you can eliminate the entire horde of zombies you've been training with one swift dash. And plus, the recharge on this perk isn't too long, so you'll be dashing through the zombies in no time. On a side note, I know I didn't talk about PhD Slider's trap immunity and increased explosive damage from the greater heights, but in my opinion, these two abilities aren't very useful. It's not too often you use traps in Black Ops 4 zombies, and when you do, you tend to steer clear of them. And the only use the Greater Heights ability has is to get the Doctor is in trophy, since you won't be jumping off too many ledges into crowds of zombies anyways. It's a one-time use ability. So after comparing each of the functions of these perks and examining the abilities, the winner of this perk comparison is Blaze Phase. Blaze Phase is one of the strongest perks we've had in Call of Duty Zombies. The infinite damage and quick recharge rate makes this perk easier to use in the higher rounds. PhD Slider is a decent perk, but the explosive niche of PhD Slider makes it less versatile in comparison. Plus, Blaze Phase costs half the price of PhD Slider, so that can be a factor too when playing zombies and with your point management. But these are just my thoughts when comparing these two perks. What do you think is better? PhD Slider or Blaze Phase? Let me know in the comments. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. Alright guys, that is the end of today's video. I hope everybody enjoyed, and if you did, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're a new video. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, subscribe if you're a new viewer. It's been Jason, I'll see you guys next time.